How do I get a copy of the trust?
This might be the single most asked question that we receive. How do I get a copy of the trust? So it's not so easy, Stewart, but what would your advice be to a beneficiary who asks you that question?
Well, generally what's happened is mom and dad have passed away. It's been more than 60 days.
Yeah.
And they've asked their brother or sister informally, maybe over the phone, at the funeral, hey, can I get a copy of the trust? And the brother or sister that's the presumed trustee has put them off. Mm-hmm. And so what we suggest is a nice written email or letter to who you believe is the trustee, asking politely for a copy of the trust. And the reason you do that is you want to sound polite so that you don't get everybody upset. Secondly, you start a timing period where you need to let a certain period of time run before you would run off to court and file and say, hey, give me a copy of the trust.
And that's the 60 days.
60 days. And so now you have in writing that you've asked for it. Generally, you're going to get it from a reasonable trustee.
Right.
There's 30% of cases where the trustee just simply doesn't respond, and there you're going to have to file a petition with the probate court and ask the probate court to order the trustee to provide a copy of the trust, which the probate court will do.
Now, what about going to the attorney who drafted the trust and asking them for a copy? Is that going to be successful?
Well, surprisingly, 10% of the time it is. It's not appropriate. The trustee that drafted the trust should not hand it over to anybody, but I have seen where they have gone ahead and handed it out to the beneficiary. But no, that's going to most likely, the attorney that drafted it is going to say, you need to speak to the trustee, and they need to let me know that I have permission to give a copy of it to you.
And the reason for that is that the trustee really stands in the shoes of the person who created the trust, and now the trustee is the one who has the attorney-client privilege and can release the document, not the attorney who drafted it.
That's correct.
Albertson and Davidson is here to help you fight for your inheritance. Check out aldavlaw.com for our complete library of helpful legal videos and articles from your favorite California trust and will litigation law firm, Albertson and Davidson, LLP.